A lot of times you can actually use talk music to kind of reharm certain things. Now, of course, you want to use wisdom in doing this, right? You don't want you to be in a certain part of a service or an event and you're doing too much. But this is an approach that you can take, okay? So we're going to be in the key of D flat, okay? And the reason I'm going to be in D flat is because I want to look at a song, okay? It's called the Anthem. Hopefully you know about that song. It's pretty popular. It's pretty old at this point. But just the beginning part, it starts on the 6th. Okay, I'm just going to get right to it. So it goes, that's hallelujah. Okay, that's just a 6, 7, 1. Okay, now I play this song a lot. A lot of times when I'm doing talk music, I actually would go to this song, right? And I was like, wait a minute. Instead of going to the 6, I can probably do this, I can do that, you know, and it wouldn't really, I don't know, it's not so dramatic to a point to where I'm messing up the part in service, okay? So I'm just going to show you a couple of things you can do. So that's why with this, the title, it has like reharm in there, okay? So here we go. So one way I do it, I do like a sus type movement. So instead of playing a B flat minor, what I'll do, I'll think of a G flat major, and I'll do this, right? So this is one way you can look at that 6. Just to let you know, anytime you're going to a 6, a minor, if the melody, a lot of times, if it's D flat, you know, when you do this, instead of playing this, you can do this. Okay, I think I gave you this chord in my last video. I'll give it to you again. All right, so you have B flat, G flat, and A flat in your left hand. In your right hand, you have D flat, G flat, A flat, and D flat. Okay, don't worry, I'm actually going to take it a step further because I actually want to show you guys a certain progression that you can use instead of going to the 6. Okay? So I'll do that a lot of times. So instead of doing right? When it's talk music, you can slow it down. So you see how I walked up to the melody? Okay? So this all in talk music, you know, you're making it pretty, you're being melodic. I have a video about that too, as far as being more melodic, okay? So this right here is just A flat, another sus. But I have, in my right hand, I have E flat, A flat, B flat, and E flat at the top. Okay? I'm kind of going a little fast because I really want to show you guys this a progression that you can use to substitute that 6, 7, 1 progression, okay? Okay, my left hand I have C, A flat, and B flat. Okay? And on your 1, from here on out, if you don't want to play just a regular D flat major chord, play this one. Yeah, it has a little bit more flavor to it, you know? All right, that's kind of big, so if you can't really do all of that, you can really just, in your left hand, you can play D flat. In your right hand, you can do F, B flat, C, and F. Okay? All right. Now in my left hand, if you do want to add all of that, my left hand, I just played a D flat major 7. Okay? You see how full that sounds? All right. All right, just a D flat major 7. All right. So, all right, let's get to the good stuff. So, instead of doing this, hallelujah, you can do this. Hallelujah. That's a nice way to do a turnaround, okay? Because the whole thing, I think after that is you have 1, you're going to the 2, I do the 4 to the 5. Okay? All right? But instead of doing 6, 7, 1, go to that flat 5. Flat 5, 4, to that 3. I'm trying to tell you right there, that will turn some heads right there just because of that. It adds a different dynamic. All right? So that right there, flat 5. Okay? So your chord is F. This is the right hand, by the way. F, B flat, and D flat. Okay? So, while I'm thinking about it, the reason I'm doing this, pretty much like a ReHarm type session, is because in talk music, if it's just you by yourself, you can kind of experiment a little bit. Like I said, you don't want to go too far and take away from the moment. All right? All right? So you can do this a couple of ways. In your left hand, you can play a tritone. Or no, here. There we go. So your left hand, you can do G and D flat. Okay? If you want to add that bass to it, you can just play G by itself. But if you're going to play this far down, play G and F. Okay? Okay? All right? Just to give it some fullness, okay? Now, on that 4, we actually covered this chord in the previous video. I think it was that minor 6 hat. Okay? It's the same chord, all right? And I gave you different things you can do on there. So you can actually take the concepts from our previous video and put it in this very moment right here, okay? But I'm still going to give you the chord. You have G flat, A, D flat, and E flat. Okay? And I just played the same chord with both hands. Okay? You don't have to do that. You can just play the 4. Okay? But what I want to do, guys, what I'm really just trying to show you is that when you're taking a simple song like this and you're just doing talk music and you don't want to do the same progressions, you can use the melody to guide you to different chords. Now, of course, I don't want to explain all that in this video, but I can make a video specifically to just doing a ReHarm. Okay? You can let me know, because that right there can open up so many doors for anybody, honestly, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Okay? So I'm just taking a melody and I'm just adding a different progression. All right? So let me see. We're on the 4, right? All right. All right, so now we're on the 3. I go to the 3. Okay? So this is the chord on that 3. So my left hand, I have F, D flat, and E flat. Okay? In my right hand, a lot of times I just play 2 notes. Oh, I'm sorry. So A flat and F. Okay? And I grace the E flat. Okay? All right, so that's right there. Now you have a substitution. Instead of doing the 6, 7, 7, 1, you can do, you know? Okay? All right? So you take stuff from this song and put it in other places, okay? So I'm going to go to the next part. I'm not going to do the whole song. I'm just going to cover this part in the next, and then hopefully that gives you guys some ideas, okay? When it comes to talk music, ReHarm a song, pretty much. That's like the whole idea of this video, right? So here we go. All right. So really in the song, you would do this. You have 1, you would go to the 2, then I go to the 4, to the 5, right? So you can play it like that the first time around, you know, you're just playing melodies. But the next time, once you do the ReHarm, you can do, you've done that before, you've done that. Sometimes what I do is I do this, you know, see what I just did? I just changed the whole song in a sense, like the dynamic of it. I'll play it again. And that's what I want to show you. So if you're doing talk music, we've done this. Here we go. You can do that. I think I've given you that chord before. That's just a B major 7. Okay? So I'll just give you that chord right now because I was actually going to do something different on that chord, but I'll show you this. So you have a B major chord in the left hand, B, E flat, and G flat. In the right hand, you have B flat, B, E flat, and G flat. Okay? So you can do that. I just play an A flat major chord over that B flat, which is the 6, right? And then stay on that 6 and play a flat diminished, okay? This is before you get to this B. Okay? All right. So this is you have 1. Okay? You can do that and then you can go to the 4. Okay? 4 or 5. But what I do is this. I'll do okay? So if you know the words, you can kind of see where I'm going with that. So I think it's you have 1. So I use this B as a passing chord. So you have 1. It all. I think those are the words. But I'm keeping that melody on top, okay? Just in case somebody in the audience know what I'm playing, okay? For talk music, like I said, for the most part, nobody's really singing at this point. So that's why you can kind of get away with this, right? Okay. Really quick, before I actually break that down, somebody may ask, like, hey, how are you even coming up with this stuff? I'm using circular movement, by the way. When it comes to music theory, you don't necessarily have to know every single thing, every single chord, but if you can at least learn your circular movements, then that right there is going to help you grow tremendously, okay? So what I'm doing is I use the B as a passing chord because I know that if you're looking at the circle of fifths or circle of fourths, what comes after B is E. So that's how I was able to go to B, okay? I mean to that E, okay? You know? And the reason I went to the 2 is because now I'm kind of getting back into the song, okay? But so yeah, what I did was I played an A diminished, okay? I played that over the B, so I have A, C, E flat, and G flat, okay? Over that B. So if you're playing it down here, you can just play just a B and add that G flat in your left hand, okay? But if you can do the same thing up here. So same thing. Now, in that split moment, right, I do this. Okay? So you have 1, you know? So I play a B major chord over the E, all right? So they're just to kind of take you outside the key for a little bit, then you can come back in, all right? So I have E in my left, of course, E and B in my left. You can just do, but if you can do E, B, and E at the top in your left hand, okay? In my right hand, I've changed it a couple of times. I'm pretty sure you saw that. I've done this, but for the most part, I'm just playing a B major chord over the E, okay? So yeah, just to kind of put it out there. All right, and then that's the 2. That's the same 2 I go to. But this time what I did, instead of doing 2, 4 to the 5 or something like that, what I do, I go down a half step, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm following the melody, okay? Hopefully you guys are still with me. Let me know if I'm going too fast or I should just expound on this in another video. But B, I'm on that E, so I go to the 2 now. I'm in C sharp or D flat. Now I go to this chord right here. Okay, that's a popular chord, okay, especially over that D. All right, you use that as a passing chord. I use this chord a lot when I'm in B flat. Okay, so if I'm in B flat, I'll probably do something like this. That's where you use that chord, right? All right. So that's a part of reharmonization. You're borrowing from other keys. So I can get into that. Just let me know if you want me to actually expound on that, okay? So what I have. All right. So my right hand voicing for that is G flat, B flat, C, and F. Okay? All right, in my left hand, I have D, B flat, and C. Or you can do this. That's probably more of a traditional way to play it. So instead of playing that B flat in the left hand, play G flat. All right? Okay? And this is all in talk music, by the way, just in case somebody just coming in or you skip to this part, okay? So you have... Now, circular movement. I'm thinking about circular movement, guys. If I'm on this D, what comes after the D is G. Okay? So, on this G, I'm going to say, you know what? The melody is that E flat. Okay? Since the melody is E flat, because this is you have won the victory or something like that. So, on this E flat, and I'm looking saying, okay, what chord can I play over that G? I chose this one. Now, of course, you can do, you know, a bunch of chords, but this is the one I chose, right? So I'll just give this to you. So just let you know, this is not as pretty as you can see as the other one, the drop 2. I mean, but at least you have options now, okay? So... yeah, so I'm going to give you all of this, that 2-hand voice and everything, okay? So if you just want to play it up here, kind of light without the bass, or you want to play the chord and then go down here, I have F and B in my left hand, okay? That's the tritone for that G, just to let you know, okay? For the G, the tritone is F and B. But for this chord, you can also add the E flat. Okay? That's your left hand. The right hand, I have F, B flat, B, and E flat. Okay? Okay? Hope you get that one. All right, so here we go. Now, you're going to be on that melody, that same note for a while. So that's why we're able to do this. G. Okay. Now I'm on C now. Because after G, like I said, I'm talking circular movement. After that G comes a C. Okay. I can break this down for you if you actually need further assistance on this. Okay. So I'm on this C. The chord I chose to play on that C is... okay. So from left to right, I have C, E, and B flat. Okay? All right. In my right hand, I have E, A flat, B flat, and E flat. Okay? And now that I'm thinking about it, I may actually, this actually reminds me of doing concepts using songs. Okay? Because I also got like a video series on that. So this is kind of more so on that, since I'm actually breaking down a song per se. So it's not really like your typical talk music, but you can look at it in this way, okay? So that's the 2. We got that. Okay. All right. Now, the thing that comes, now we're getting back to the beginning, just to let you guys know. All this stuff that I'm doing is getting me back to this. Okay? That's the whole focus point, all right? So with using these circular movements, you're actually going to see I'm going to make my way back to the B flat. So that's what's really cool about, reharming things, especially using circular movement, because you'll end up getting back to where you need to be, if you do it right, of course. So I'm here. Now, after that C, I can do, I'm back to the 6. But what I chose to do, since I was on the C, you can just do this. You can just do a diminished chord, and now you're back to, okay? All right, so on that F, in my left hand, I have F, C, and E flat, okay? In my right hand, I have G flat, not A flat, but A, C, and E flat, okay? And a lot of times I play the chord, and then I go down and I press the actual bass note. Okay? And then you're back to this. Okay? So I'm going to stop there. So what I did was I pretty much just gave you guys some ideas. And if you're doing talk music, you can think of a song and kind of, reharmonize it. Okay? Using a melody. All you have to do is just at least know the melody of the song, and you can kind of pick and choose when you want to go outside the key and things like that. Okay? So I chose to do the Anthem. That's a popular progression, 6, 7 to the 1. So instead of doing that, I was just like, you see, it can just add just a different dynamic to it, okay? So you can also use this as just a concept in songs too, okay? So I hope this helped. Let me know if it did or didn't. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And definitely, I'm going to leave my email below just in case you want to go a little bit deeper in it. I can make a video just for you. And we can talk about that via email. And take care. Be talking with you guys soon.